It's time to experience something glorious. Unacademy Combat. Compete, crack, conquer.
A challenging GATE contest engineered to give you an experience like none other.
Where you put your knowledge to test
and battle it out with a test.
To bring out the best in you, Unacademy Combat is the most competitive, gamified contest for GATE till date, with the best of the questions by best educators.
with detailed video solutions from top educators right after each contest.
Combat live with peers to get real-time rankings and win big.
Participate in every contest to improve your ratings.
Challenging contests every fortnight or alternate Sunday. Live ranking after every question. Big rewards for top rankers. Your passion to crack GATE deserves this. Your hard work towards your dream deserves this. Fuel your inner fire for the ultimate GATE challenge. Unacademy Combat. Register now.
Are you able to hear us and clearly see our video? Nitish? Nitish? आपको सुनाई पड़ रही है हमारी आवाज?
Sir, it's not audible, sir.
आप मेरे ख्याल में कंप्यूटर के लैपटॉप के थ्रू करें तो ज्यादा अच्छा होगा आपका. Maybe your
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now sir, connected with laptop, sir.
Okay, so now it is clear.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I know here, sir.
आपकी bandwidth sufficient है आपकी? What is the?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Achha, all right. So Nitesh, you are from Rajasthan, and you did your BE in 2018 ECE NIT Uttarakhand. Isn't
Yes,
it?
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Right, sir.
And yeah, and now you're working as junior engineer in Indian Railways, posted at Bikaner.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. And you are fond of quiz and cricket and landscaping. They are your hobbies. Okay, so let me start off by
sir.
asking you. Yeah, okay. So tell me that what happens is that the location of a mobile is often traced by the police authorities, isn't it? The mobile phone being used by a criminal or an accused, the location is often traced. Now, how is it possible? Can you give me the technical reason how it is possible to trace the location of a mobile phone?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's from like when we make call, then our call from signal get to network tower, and from tower it's and that message has receiver like home.
Your voice is not
From
coming clearly.
that mobile switch. Sorry, sir. Sorry.
Your network bandwidth is very low.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, sir. Am I audible now?
No, you are audible, but it is getting interrupted. So I think your bandwidth issues are there.
No, sir. I think now it's clear, sir.
Mr. Tiwari, what is the position?
So Nitesh, in that case, he might have to turn off the video if his voice is not clear because.
Okay, let's try that. After switching off the video, then can we
Nitesh,
get the voice?
can you? Is it possible for you? Like, is it okay right now?
Yeah, yes, sir. Right now, okay, sir.
Because if
I'm
it's not
audible, sir,
okay, you
yes.
can turn off the video camera then, because we will be able to at least interact with you.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Now it's getting interrupted. My voice, like something. I think, sir, now it's clear.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, so you were talking about how to locate the mobile phone location.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So when we make call, then our call goes to sir cell tower, and from cell tower it's connected with MSC, mobile switching stations. So from where our SIM card information, and who we want to call. So sir, there is our data collected at that point MSC, and from MSC is a switching center, and that it's sent to data about our data, voice data, to that number whom we want to call. So when we police trace, so he got the location from which area we may call, like which MSC under became, and then sir they identify from whom we take that SIM and from what name on that thing, and then police get find out like.
Supposing mobile phone is turned off, then
No, sir. His data is already saved in that form. Even our number have mobile SIM card has some that ability, like subscriber that who on it. So it's definitely find out that thing, sir.
okay. So the mobile tower is going to give us a location of the mobile when it was switched on, isn't it?
Yeah, right, sir.
Yeah.
When it's switched on.
Okay.
Yes.
Tell me, in many of the traffic constables, they keep a laser kind of a gun in their hands, and they aim at the various vehicles which are going around. What exactly are they doing?
Sir,
You must
I
have seen a
didn't.
traffic constable would be
I
carrying
didn't.
a gun-like thing. What is that?
I think, sir, they have camera on it. Like I don't know exactly, sir, what inside that, but I think camera to whom they.
All right.
Like,
So they actually measure the speed of the vehicles, whether it is crossing the speed limit. Can you tell me the principle of physics which is applied for that?
so they use a tachometer. We use for speed. That.
What is the principle? All right. What is the principle?
So
it's a very famous principle.
Yes, it's
Have you not heard of
so
Doppler effect?
electromagnetic.
Doppler effect. Have you heard?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Right, sir. Right, sir. Doppler.
So it is the Doppler effect. All right. So
yes, sir.
now,
Yes, sir. From changing the frequency.
Yeah.
From the
All right.
space.
Now, can you tell me what do you mean by cosmic rays?
So cosmic rays, sir, they are very high, so very short wavelengths, waves, and they are very high with energy. They have very high energies. Cosmic rays.
What are the particles in that cosmic rays? What are the particles in that cosmic rays?
So I didn't study that much about cosmic
All right.
rays.
Last question. What is the computer language used in the mobile phones?
So they are used binary language, machine language. Like
what is the most common language used in the mobile phones?
Most common.
Yeah, most
so
common
it's about
language.
programming or language?
Yeah.
Programming
No.
language, sir.
In a mobile phone, what is the most common language?
So this is work on digital, like totally digital language, like 0 and 1 we use.
Yeah, that's the binary thing. That of course is no. All right, no problem. So Aditya ji, please take over.
Okay, thank you, sir. Hello, Nitesh. How are you doing today?
Yes, sir. I'm fine, sir. Thank you. Thank you
Good,
for
good.
asking, sir.
Nitesh, you're working as a JE in Indian Railways. Okay. So, normally we always wonder that if two trains come on the same section of the track, then a collision can occur, isn't it?
Yes,
So,
sir. Right.
what technology that the Indian Railway is using for the train detection circuit? How they identify that two trains are not on the same track, actually, on the same segment of the track?
Yes, sir. For this, sir, they use our signaling. We use advanced signaling here. Like
No, no,
we
it's
know.
advanced signal. It's okay. Means what detection circuit that you use? Two detection techniques that normally we use to check whether a train is in that track or not. Means of course SNT people do that, but how they do it?
Yes, sir. Sir, I think there is a black box outside at track, and that count the total wheel, like how much wheels are going from that track. So it gives sometimes like it gives signal to our station master, and then he control like there is one train passing, and he cannot allow other train until he not get to next section, and then he get to next section. Then this responsibility for other station master, and
You're
then he
saying that it
take
is
from
Excel counter.
information.
You're talking about Excel counter, isn't it?
Yes,
Excel
sir. There
counter
is
you're
something
talking
actual
about.
counter. Yes, sir.
What
Yes,
is
sir.
track
And
circuit? Because two techniques we use. What is track circuit?
sir, track
There's another
circuit.
technique that we use because both we use, Excel count to be safe on the safer side. If one fails, we have to have a backup technique also. So what is track circuit?
So track circuit, sir. I didn't read about track circuit.
Is
Like
there any current that we send to the track which is detected by the relay on the other side, something like that?
yes, sir. Sir, it's
When it,
about signaling. Like sir, when our wheel on that track, so there's some potential difference between two reels, and whenever any track like our some wheel goes onto it, it gets short circuited, and then it goes detection on that station master's table, like where the train is. So I think that point it is like
okay,
the
okay, no.
signals are getting there.
Do you know about active and passive elements?
Yes, sir.
What is an active element?
So active element, they have self energy to do things like our
Okay.
electrons.
Is BGT an active element or passive?
So BJT is a passive element.
BGT is a passive element. Are you sure about that?
Yes, sir, we need extra supply to operate it.
Okay, okay, no problem. You know that we have parameters Z, Y, and G, T, and all those parameters. We calculate those
Yes, sir.
parameters for linear devices or non-linear.
So for non-linear devices, generally we use like
You find all the parameters for the non-linear devices.
no, sir, we use linear devices also, but sir, like ABCD parameter and these are very yes,
Okay,
so we
leave
can
ABCD.
find
Just
both.
normal talk about H parameters. H parameters or Z parameters, you use them for linear devices or non-linear devices. Or for both, we can use it. There is no restriction on that.
So we can use for both.
You can use for both. Okay, no problem.
Yes, yes.
What is a resistor?
So it's a opposite flow current from it.
Yeah, pardon, could you please come again? What
So
is a
it
resistor?
opposes the current flowing through it.
Okay. Anything else you would like to add? That's it.
Yes, in such conditions like and constant temperature and all these things. So to define
Okay, no
like
problem.
Ohm's law.
What is an inductor?
So inductor is store energy in it store magnetic energy in coil and something. So when we applied current through it, then it store energy.
You have an RL network. What is the time constant of a RL network?
So time constant is L equivalent upon R. So total L upon R and
L by R. Okay.
resistance.
Okay,
Yes.
L by R. What's the time constant of an RC network?
So it's tau equal to RC, sir. R into C
Tau is equal to
resistance
RC.
into
Fine, fine, good, good. Tau is L by R and tau is equal to RC. Can you, without using any mathematical equation, physically explain me why in case of the first, that is in case of an RL network, the tau is inversely proportional to R, and in case of an RC network, the tau is directly proportional to R?
Yes, sir. It's like energy storing. When we store energy, it for inductor it is stored in equal to Li square form, and when we replace I with, then it get, then it's come in upon R form, sir. We can interchange I into so energy for inductor is equal to L equal to I square, and for I we can write V upon R, then we can say like is upon R for inductance to store energy, and same for the, if we take like in capacitance case it's equal to CV square, so it's like proportional to R and something. So energy is that power in time, so I think that this time
Okay,
this
no,
is like
no problem,
how we
no
can
problem.
do it.
Vishal sir, you can continue.
How are you, Nitesh?
Yes, sir, I'm fine, sir.
Okay, fine. So you are JE in Indian Railways, right?
Yes, sir, right, sir.
जैसा आपके DF में लिखा हो, you are on the temporary post, I guess.
हाँ सर, अभी सर in training sir, so I think
Probation basically. Fine, fine. So
Yes,
since
sir.
you are working in a domain where you are actually studying the technology regarding railways, so can you tell me something about magnetic levitation? आपने ऐसा word सुना है कभी? Have you ever heard of this?
सर मैग्नेटिक ग्रेविटेशन सर आई थिंक फैन में जो पावर सप्लाई की लाइंस आती है तो वो सर नीचे पुल होती है ड्यू टू ग्रेविटेशनल, सो आई थिंक दैट्स
Levitation कह रहे हैं, levitation. I think you have not heard. It is levitation and not gravitation.
Magnetic levitation. Suppose I'm a layman और मुझे आप explain करो what do I understand by magnetic levitation, or maybe if you can explain the technologies behind bullet train की कैसे वो इतनी fast चलती है, कुछ उसके बारे में if you can tell us.
Sir, yes, I got it, sir. So magnetic levitation is work on Meissner effect, like when we use perfect conductor, like superconductors. So in these cases, like it's it's not on that track, it's from above that train or something that above from that track, and then it goes very high speed, like there is no friction. So I think that is magnetic.
Practically possible to create a superconducting environment.
Yes, sir. It's like yes, sir. There is working like in Japan. There is a trains are going on operation mode. Yes, sir. We can create like due to we have sir other techniques, like we can't create that much. Almost practically can't create that vacuum for superconductor, but we have some techniques that it can doing things like that. So
Okay, no problem. Can you tell me something about Faraday's law?
yes, Faraday's law, sir. So when we have two coils, then with giving one in, when we give one supply in one coil, then there is some induced flux in second coil, so it get also energized. So according to Faraday's law, when we it's create flux mutual in between two coils when we supply one. So due to this,
अगर coil नहीं है, एक rod है फिर. Can we observe a Faraday's law phenomenon in any rod which is not closed at all? जो दोनों end पे open है, which is not forming a closed loop.
not forming a closed loop. And so
Suppose we are having a rod which is rotating around a hinge. हम उसको एक जगह पे fix करते हैं and we are rotating it. So can we observe Faraday's law in that also?
so there is some flux increases due to movement of this thing.
Okay, in
Like
Faraday's law,
when we
Faraday's law, first of all, EMF is induced or current is induced. Which of these phenomena is coming first?
so first sir EMF induced, and yes, the first EMF induced, and due to this there is a current flow in circuit.
Okay. Have you studied about random variable?
Yes, sir.
Okay, tell me the definition of random variable and what is the domain of random variable?
So random variables are defined like so domain of random variable and random variables.
So definition, you can also tell me the definition as well as the domain of random variable.
So random variables are we use in random variables that parameters to analyze our system for there's no noise and other parameters to calculation.
I'm not asking
These
about
kind of
the
things.
application. I'm asking about the definition. What is the basic definition of random variable? क्या करता है? क्या होता है वो? Relax होके answer करो. कोई भी problem नहीं. First of all, get relaxed and try to answer the question.
Yes. So random variables are random variables. We have some parameters and then we calculate basic to take basic on them and then analyze our system to how it perform. So that's why we do this thing.
Okay, so what is semiconductor? Semiconductor की basic definition can you tell me? How is it different from conductor or insulator?
So semiconductor have mediocre properties, mediocre conductivity between conductor and insulators, and its band gap is around from 1 to 6 electron volts.
Okay, fine. And one last question, since your hobby is playing cricket, what is Chinaman bowler? Chinaman bowler, आपने सुना होगा? What do you understand by Chinaman bowler?
Sir, it's bowling, spin bowling style that have.
Spin bowling is Chinaman bowling.
Yes, it's kind of like it's still part of that spin bowling. So
which kind of very specific kind of bowling is called as Chinaman bowling? So which kind of bowling is called as Chinaman bowling? Because मैं देख पा रहा हूँ कि आपने hobby में cricket लिखा हुआ, if I am not wrong. So if you have written cricket in your hobby, then this type of questions you must prepare first of all.
Yeah, okay, sir. Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay, ठीक है. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Hello, Nitesh. How are you?
Yes, sir. I'm good, ma'am.
Please introduce yourself once again for us. Include your educational background, your achievements, and family background.
Yeah. So, and my hobbies is playing cricket and landscaping, and also I am interested in Kho and other games sometimes.
Your
And
achievements?
I'm currently working in Indian Railways.
Working where?
Ma'am, Bikaner, Indian Railway.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Since when you are working? When did you complete your graduation?
In June 2020, and I completed my engineering from 2018.
Okay. You are interested in quizzes. You have written in your day.
Yes, ma'am. At college time, I played.
Okay.
Quizzes.
Okay. One question for you.
Competitions.
How many numbers are there in English alphabet?
26.
All right. What comes to your mind when you say this?
Numbers.
Say 3-4 lines. 3-4 lines that instantly comes to your mind.
Regarding what thing I have to say?
Anything that you can observe.
No, I'm sitting in my room and doing interview from Unacademy. I'm just writing some notes regarding what I have to prepare and what should I have to take care in main interview.
Thank you.
Okay. So, Nitesh, we will be taking you back to the waiting room for a few minutes. After
Yeah, okay,
we'll be calling you back for a feedback. So, Yashji, we can take him. Yash, Mr.
Yeah, so
Tiwari, are you?
I'm keeping him in the waiting room.
Yeah.
Nitesh, you will get a Google form in the chat box. Please fill that form while you're in the waiting room.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Nitish.
Yes, sir.
So let me ask you, how do you think you fared at this particular mock interview? What is your view about it?
Sir, it's a very kind of similar experience, I feel. Last year I gave it, but sir, some questions like that they are and I can't expect like, some questions. So that's mix of all things.
So which are the areas where you think that you need to probably brush up your knowledge, and anything specific thing which you feel that it needs to be done?
Yes, I think I should look after some technical parts and also some about my hobbies and my depth area.
Okay. So Nitesh, let me say that you have a fairly good knowledge, but I think more is necessary on your part to improve your technical knowledge, particularly the basics and the fundamentals. And your
Yes, sir. Right,
questions,
sir.
yeah, so answer should be exact, and it is necessary first of all to understand the core areas and the simple one-liner questions. You must be able to answer them well, and while you are answering, then a certain amount
Okay,
of
sir.
confidence should come, you know, that should be visible on your face, and over a period of time you should in fact gain confidence as you go along the interview, which is going to last for about 20-25 minutes. So I think a certain amount of practice would do you a lot of good in terms of preparing for the interview through in the form of communication skills. So how you speak, and what is your demeanor, and facial expressions, and modulation in the voice, and eye
Yes,
contact.
right.
So just improve them, and the way you introduce yourself also should have your voice should be more effective. You see, don't be so subdued. Your voice should not give an impression that you are apologetic. You have come for an interview, so you have to exude a lot of confidence in what you say. So that is the
Yes,
only
sir.
thing. So on the skill part, I think you need to do this particular thing. And on knowledge part, some of the elementary things, basic things which need to be known. Uh, Now, magnetic levitation was something which naturally you would be aware. You understood it as magnetic gravitation. Now, that is why I had to correct that it is levitation. I'm sure maglev
Yes,
is word
sir.
which you must have heard. So maybe,
No, sir.
maybe
I
because
just
of, yeah, audio quality may not be good, so we might not have understood. But since you are a part of the railways, many questions will be put on railways and
yes,
about
yes, sir.
the railways country. For example, I did not ask you the contribution of railways in COVID-19. What exactly did you contribute? That is a very interesting question. So you transported oxygen cylinders. Then what is the
Yes, I
system, technological improvements that have taken place in railways over the last few years? And for example, what is the environmental sustainability of railways? Because a lot of pollution and a lot of problems are there because of diesel engines and so on. So about
yes, sir.
railways, you should prepare very well, number one. About Rajasthan, you should know extremely well. What are the social problems, and what is the status of women in Rajasthan? These are elementary things. We did not ask you, but you should prepare it well. The origin of
Yes, sir.
quiz, how quiz word originated, that you should know, because that has a history behind it. Then of course the
Okay.
sports, etc. The cricket, particularly, since cricket is a very popular game and you are mentioned it, so you must know about cricket, the various kinds of balls, the actions, and so on. Then coming to the
Yes.
technical part, that also is something which is the most important out of all these. Most of the question will be put on that. I think you may go back and you can study. You have a lot of time. You don't have to worry on that score. Since you are qualified in the
Yeah.
written examination, we would love to see you ultimately qualify, get a good marks in interview. But for that, I think you can consult Unacademy. You can get a lot of material. If you want one-to-one interaction, that also is possible. And try to spend time sitting with those people who have a much greater knowledge so that you learn a lot about them. And elementary things, the basic things you must know about the subject, which you have taken in the Bachelor of Engineering. So that's about it. And since you have also done it from NIT Uttarakhand, a certain amount of knowledge about Uttarakhand may also be asked. So that's about it. Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. In fact, you were told also that you remain quiet, calm. You don't have to be nervous. And in any case, this was a mock interview, but even in mock interview, there was a certain amount of nervousness showing on your face. So we would not like that to happen. And give a good introduction, have a good, impressive face, and communicate well, and speak with confidence. That's about it. Okay, and you will do well.
Right.
Any questions? Okay. Do you have any questions?
No, sir. I'm just asking how, like, which area you have to focus more, like railway part or the technical? Like I didn't get technical to revive, sir. I have last 2-3 months, like I mean on working, so days I didn't get that much time. So I just fucking like
the technical part is the most important part. You have to prepare on that. But railway, since you are working there, naturally questions will also be. You can't leave out anything, and you must understand that the panelists who will be sitting there, they will be belonging to different fields, and they may ask any question. So you have to be prepared to answer most of the question. If you don't know any question, it is perfectly fine. You can always say that, sir, this I do not know about it. But you should be able to handle most of the question. But do prepare about the organization where you are working, your technical subject, and also the places to which you belong or where you have studied. So that's about it. Okay.
Yes, right, sir. It's okay.
All the best to you. You will do very well, Nitesh. Don't worry. Just go back. Have confidence.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I just didn't revise or anything, so that's why I got nervous.
And revise by writing down. Don't revise by reading it. If you write down an answer, it will get memorized in your memory. You see, this is the best way of doing it. Rather than mugging up anything, just write down.
Yes, sir.
Once, twice, thrice, 4 times, 20 times, you write down the answers. So that is how you do that.
Yes, sir. I try, sir. I'm going to.
Because 20 minutes is the period you will get. So therefore, you should try to use maximum advantage.
Yes,
all right.
Sir. Okay, sir.
All the best.
Yes, sir.
All the best.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Okay. All the best. So you can Mr. Tiwari.
Yes, sir. Nitesh, you can leave the call. All the best.
Yes,
thank you.
Thank you very much. Sir. Thank you.
Unacademy.